class president serves as a liaison between the class and the folks in Northwestern, including myself. There's a lot of work that goes into that, but again, it's not a job that he does by himself. I'm pretty sure he'd be the first to admit that. And I think classes either sink or swim based upon their leadership. And the class picked great officers this time. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you the class president for 466, Bobby Juchem.
All right, we'll try this written speech thing. When JD asked me why I hadn't sent my speech 3 weeks ago, I told him I just usually open up my heart and let the words come out. They weren't excited about that, so I wrote it down.
Nervous is more
And nervous is probably more appropriate. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, chiefs, deputy chiefs, directors, commanders, senior executive staff, our keynote speaker, Larry Evans, Deputy Director Shelley Camden, our guests, friends and family. Welcome to the graduation of Northwestern University Police Staff and Command School, Class 466. I'm extremely honored to address you this afternoon as we complete this 10-week journey that started this past August. On a personal note, I would like to thank the members of the Emerald Society Pipe Band as well as the El Jabel Pipe Band. The last time I saw the Emerald Society Pipe Band, it was laying to rest one of my good friends, Corporal Dan Groves. I love seeing you under better circumstances. And for the El Jabel Pipe Band, you led me into the hall, my very first day being a police officer, though so many years ago at the El Jabel Shrine. So I truly appreciate you being here today. You've been a mainstay in my law enforcement career. Executive command staff of our respective agencies, thank you. Thank you for the many little sacrifices that you and the rest of the agency made in sending us to SPSC 466. Thank you for the countless hours in developing each of us so we'd be ready for this experience. We are that legacy of those efforts. Now to our friends and families who inevitably heard the grumblings of us in-grouping, and then I thought it was nice just to line them out as grumblings, of the university process again. For all the dinners we spent away, the events we missed while we poured over our books, calculations, and notes. In my time with each of your family members, there was one common theme, and that theme was this: we would not be worthy of this honor here today if it wasn't for your investment in each of us. Thank you for seeing the best in us. Thank you for your support not only in this class, but in our chosen profession. I cannot fathom the daily courage you display as we leave your side to navigate the ever-changing world of law enforcement. Please know that your efforts are recognized, appreciated, and although we don't say it enough, we love you, and you are the best of us. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge just a few of the individuals that have made this journey the transformational experience that it has become. First and foremost, I would like to thank JD, our course director. You outdid yourself, my friend, and with laying out this curriculum. Although in the beginning, we took you on your faith, having resource allocation and statistics right out of the gate. In the end, it proved to be a masterstroke. Thank you for the small details that made the school a success. Walt Disney once was asked, what made Disneyland so special? And he responded, people cannot see perfection, but they can feel it. The instructor cadre that you set forth did a tremendous job of representing the curriculum, connecting with the class, and driving the message of leadership home. I think if you took a poll of each of us, we would say it was perfect. As for the class of 466, its success falls on the shoulders of its members, some of which we'll honor in a moment as MVPs. But our ability to move forward efficiently and elegantly as a unit is because I stood on the shoulders of these giants. It is my pleasure to introduce the Officer Corps of 466. Gentlemen, if you could please rise as I call your name. Vice President, Commander Aaron Carmichael with the Greeley Police Department. Secretary, Lieutenant Chris Gabriel of the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. Treasurer William Dollar Bill Farr from the Thornton Police Department. Social chairs, Sergeant Andy Rouse from the Garden City Police Department and Lieutenant Tom Daly from the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, gentlemen. As for Northwestern University Center for Public Safety and its Deputy Director, Shelley Camden, it was once said that God created all men, but it was Samuel Colt that made them all equal. Now, it doesn't matter where you fall on the gun debate, because what they were referring to is that Samuel Colt gave all men a tool, one that most of us carry every day. In like manner, each of our police academies made us police officers, communication officers, and ports of entry officers. Northwestern University Police Staff and Command School made us all equal. But an argument can be made that we are not equal to our peers. It has given us the tools, the resources, and the network to help move our agencies forward. Now, chiefs, sheriffs, directors, and commanders, I ask that you be patient with us. We have been indoctrinated into the all-in mentality. You will find that we are not the same leaders you sent away to Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office 20 weeks ago. We are a bit sharper, by Matthew Lewick and his stroll through statistics, and Tom Wilson teaching us how to make ethical decisions and safeguard our brand. Our gaze is a bit brighter as we look to the horizon, actively seeking opportunities to plan strategically, as Joe Armstead taught us, to serve and to move our beloved agencies to the next level. Finally, our minds are a bit clearer as we've begun the lifelong journey to know ourselves with the assistance of Melissa Scaletti, who taught us leadership, and Rick Peterson, who taught us officer wellness. We explored our strengths and, more importantly, the areas in which we needed to improve. Now, our spouses are saying to themselves, well, I could have told you that in 10 minutes, not 10 weeks. And please know, we're not going to argue with you on that fact. We have gained a more global picture of law enforcement and a greater appreciation of our shared fight. In the 10 weeks we were together, we came to realize that the obstacles or walls that lie before us as leaders were not set out to deter our progress, but to teach us and test us to see how much we really want it. Society needs our officers and our leadership now more than ever. Class 466 is ready to be the tip of that spear within that fight. After our class with Rick Peterson on officer wellness, I'm reminded of a metaphor I once heard. That God sets each of us up as a masterpiece in the loom of time to a pattern we cannot see. On that loom, our heart, who we are, is the show. On one side is pain, sorrow, and difficulty, and on the other, compassion, joy, and success. This shuttle moves back and forth from good experiences of our career to the bad, carrying a thread, either white or black, as the pattern needs, each stroke creating the tapestry of our lives. When we conclude our service to society and we can reflect back on the tapestry, it will become apparent to each of us that the dark colors were as necessary to beauty as the bright. Before I conclude, I would like to award the MVPs for Class 466. Almost instantaneously, it became apparent that there was something special about this class. Every instructor that taught us spoke of the caliber and the quality of its members. This fact is in no small part to the members we are about to honor. Truth be known, everybody brought their special gift or treasure to the class. But it is the following individuals that were voted on as MVPs by their peers. Could I have the following individuals join me left of the podium here? Commander Chris Fizzetti, Commander Bill Farr, Sergeant Matthew Johnson, Sergeant Andy Roush, and Commander, retired, and Class Director J.D. Byram. Each of these members contributed the full measure of their abilities, not only to the class, but to its members as well. Today, they are receiving a handmade, thin blue line fountain pen. Why a fountain pen? I'm glad you asked. The pen is the most valuable tool in society. Nations have been started and dissolved by it. Every religion has been codified at its point. The hearts and minds of humanity have been won or lost with its use. And finally, the rules, laws, and regulations that we enforce receive their providence over society at its tip. In a word, it is an elegant gift to remind each of us that we are professionals. Professionals that are called upon to assist others in their not-so-professional moments, when they are experiencing those dark moments I spoke about earlier, when they have lost their way. Each of these members, is an exemplary representation of their respective agencies and its core values. Will you join me in recognizing these individuals for their efforts? Yes, go sit down. Yeah, your instruction. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our Vice President, Commander Aaron Carmichael, to present our legacy gifts.